Alright guys, 2005 Honda Pilot with almost 400,000 kilometers. And everything's just a little bit worn. You know, bushings are broken this side. So I got control arms, box of parts, some inner tie rods, outer tie rods. Inner tie rods on this side is loose. Also you can see the bushing is like broken there. So new control arms. So 400,000 kilometers, and I just want to show you this original steering rack. Not even a single leak. That's why I like hydraulic power steerings. So hydraulic power steerings can be pretty reliable compared to like the electric power steering that we have nowadays. All right, let's take a look at the steering rack. At the end of the boot here, dry. Oh yeah, one more thing. If you have one of these Pilots, there's your AC drain tube. Likes to drip onto here, right, and rot out your subframe. So make sure you reroute that somewhere else, or make sure you coat it with something here so it doesn't rot out your subframe. So this one, see how it leaks? So I've seen holes right here because that AC drain just drips right here and it rots it away. But yeah, this side you can see, the steering rack's not even leaking, right? Just worn out inner tie rods. Same with this side, not a single leak. Some dirt there, but that's not really a leak. So yeah, just to show you how reliable these hydraulic power steering can be compared to like the electronics power steering we have now. But anyways, I'm gonna start by removing these inner tie rods. I already cracked these nuts loose, right? Same thing on the other side. So this customer wanted to do lower control arms, inner tie rods. Since we're doing inner tie rods, you might as well change the outer, right? Because there's no extra labor in it. Just replace a new part, and then yeah, that's pretty much it. So went with all the customer went with the aftermarket parts, the Moogs, AC Delco, and then OEM boots and clamps, as you can see. So yeah, anyways, let's go ahead and get started and break these tie rods off of the knuckle on both sides. Okay, so I have the tie rods off the knuckle. So what I like to do is I like to turn the steering wheel all the way to one side. That way that steering rack is fully extended on the one side. That way I can access the that locking washer. That locking washer on this side. That makes it easier just because the rack is further out now, right? So I'm just gonna take this tie rod off, take this boot off, and then yeah, I'll show you what you got to remove on the inside, because there's a washer behind the inner tie rod that you got to fold over to lock it in place so it doesn't back off, So yeah, let me get the boot off and I'll show you. Okay, so here's the inner tie rod. Here's the new one, right? So what I was talking about is, so you have this washer, right? So it's a washer. There's these two notches that go onto the steering rack itself, and that just prevents this entire inner tie rod from turning or backing off, unintentionally. And what you have to do is, once it's in there, you got to hammer these things flat against this part of the inner tie rod. So yeah, that just prevents this thing from backing off. On the old one, you're gonna have to straighten these out, so that way you can take the inner tie rod off, or unthread the inner tie rod. And get a little bit of blue Loctite on there. Alright, so to remove the inner boot, what I like to do is I get myself a flathead screwdriver. I'll stick it into that hole where they pinched it, and I give it a twist, and then it'll come right off. Oh, yeah, my flashlight fell off. So give it a twist and it'll just fall right off. Or not really fall right off, but it'll come off. Just like that. And now, you just pull your CV, or not your CV, your inner tie rod boot. Oh, okay, let me, if you're having trouble getting it off, just cut a slot on it, or if you're reusing it, spray some silicone spray on this thing and it'll try to slide it off. So that's the that's the boot off. But yeah, as you can see, like the steering rack, it's not even leaking. Almost 400,000 kilometers on this thing. So as I was saying, now what you got to do is you get yourself a chisel. There's a washer right there. I don't know if I can show you. So you just gotta chisel that thing off of that. Same thing with the bottom one here. Right, so you just gotta get rid of that, and then you just find yourself an inner tie rod tool, and then you just back it off. These inner tie rod tools, not too expensive. It's got a little cam in it, and then it's got teeth. So as you you know, twist it to take it off, it gets tighter, and it just grips onto the inner tie rod there, and then you can just twist it off. Where's my socket? There you go. So it's hard to do it with one hand, but let's see if I can get it off by like this. So just got my socket on there, and you just give it a, there you go, backed it off. That's pretty much it. So that's your inner tie rod removal. And then those are there's the two notches. That is that little nylon piece right there. That is just there so you don't bottom out, or like if you go to full lock, it just stops it. And make sure you don't lose that. So I think it just falls right off, so you just leave it. Make sure you leave it there. Oh, yeah. All right, so let's put in a new tie rod. You can use the same tool to tighten it. Okay, now what you're probably want to do is fold over those washers. I've already folded this side over, but the inner tie rod itself positioned itself in a pretty good spot for me to flatten it. So what I did was I just grabbed my brass hammer, right, and then I just tapped it flat. So on the other side, what I usually do is I'm gonna find myself a good access point, get myself a punch, and then you know, hammer it flat from here. So that's how I'm gonna do the bottom part. So I kind of got it started, or kind of slightly folded over by using a pair of channel locks. To you know, kind of fold it over a little bit just to get me started. So that's how I fold those washers over. So now that you got your boot on, you're wondering, how am I gonna pinch that clamp? Well, I have a solution for that, and it's this tool right here. It has a I'm talking about this part right here. So this is all thanks to one of our new coworkers that came from BMW. He said this is one of the best tools you can have at working at BMW. It's one of the BMW special tools. It's also made in Germany, so it's KNIPEX. I don't know, I think that's the part number, made in Germany. I'll put a link in the description if you want one of these, but these are like great. I like I love this pair of pliers, because all you got to do is you just it's 90 degrees, and you can go ahead and just pinch the clamp in the inside. Let's see if we can get it. Oh, I can't do it with one hand. There you go. Oh yeah, there we go. See? Pinched it. Now you see that thing is tight now. So yeah, very good tool for something like this. So if you want one, I'll put a link in the description. I don't know if the inner tie rod tools, I can find that on Amazon, but I'll see if I can find it. So both tie rods are all done. Now we're going to do the lower control arm here. So these special cotter pins that you get, what I do is you push in, twist, and then pull, and then they come out. Same thing on the other side. All right. Where's the end? No, there it is. So you just push in, twist, pull. That's how these cotter pins come out. So after a couple whacks on each side, this ball joint comes out of the knuckle. You can see, oh, can't even get it. Yeah, so this side's loose, and then this side is loose. you can see it, right? See? Okay, so I'm kind of doing this out of sequence. I already put the control arm in already, but the front bolt, this one right here, this guy, is 69 foot-pounds. Okay, 69. This one is 82. The one back there. And also make sure you load up your suspension before you tightening that bolt, because that bushing has to be in like a neutral position. Like, say for example, your car is on the floor. So the other one is 82 foot-pounds. $82. So yeah, that's those are tight. And then you can unload the suspension off of that ball joint, and it also has a grease nipple, so I gotta put a re-grease that thing. Yo, man, you gotta lay off on whatever you're eating, man. That's just some nasty, man. That's so nasty. You walked by all three of us, and we're like, what the hell is that smell? Fucking, that's so gross, man. Oh man, my next door neighbor here farted. That's what we're talking about. But I took the rear bolt out. It doesn't look too good. Yeah, I'll probably just clean up the threads and then wire wheel it. But it looks like it kind of chowdered up the threads a bit. But anyways, get this other bolt out, and this control arm should just fall right out once I get the pry bar. So bolts are out. I just pry out on this. I think I just do this side first. It'll fall out. Yeah. Make sure you don't pull it too far. You'll pop the inner CD out. Tough trying to do this with one hand. Hold on. It'll come out. Yeah, let me do it. Let me use my other hand. I don't think the threads actually go anywhere past this, but yeah, I'm gonna fix it anyways. So right about here. Yeah, look at all that stuff. Cleaning up the threads. And that's it. Nope, still threads down there. Yeah, look at all that stuff coming out of that. That should be good. I'll just back it out. Yep, and then just gotta make sure it threads in good. And it does. So yeah, I think we're good. Put some anti-seize on the bolt, and then yeah, hopefully it doesn't corrode anymore. Alright, so now we got the new control arm in. What I like to do, or how I put it in, is I stick this side in first. I put the bolt loosely, so you can kind of do that, right? And then with this thing, you can move it out of the way, and then yeah, kind of swing it, and then get it into this guy over here. And yeah, and then tighten up your bolts. You can put this into your nut hole, and then you're pretty much done. Alright, everything's all done. I greased the lower ball joints, both sides. Put the tie rods back on. I didn't show this on camera, but then I replaced the Bluetooth sway bar links on the back. Yeah, Bluetooth sway bar links. Just popped it off and then put a vice grip on it to get those off. So both rear sway bar links I've already replaced. That one and that one, also greased them. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I just got to do an alignment on this thing, and then I'm pretty much done. Tighten those tie rods. Yeah. So anyways, I hope you liked the video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.